Hello, my friend. Welcome to Haein Yoga. In this session, we will be practicing yoga for core strength. It's an all-level, medium-paced, possibly intense and challenging session to fire up all circumferences of the core. At the end of the session, you will feel well worked out all around. When I mention core here, I'm not only referring to the physical aspect of it, but also the emotional and spiritual aspect of the core. It isn't strange for me that many people dream to have six packs. Who doesn't want a strong center? Whether the sense of strong center is more visual or felt sense, I don't judge you. Because one alignment will lead to another alignment. I welcome you with your aspiration to have strong core. However your reasons are, I believe we are heading to the same direction. So, let's go. Let's start in table position. We're going to repeat arching the back and rounding the back a few times. And your focus is engaging core as you round your back. Think of really lifting up your belly button and relaxing your abdomen as you arch. So as you exhale, lift up your belly button up to the ceiling and exhale, relax. Inhale, relax. And exhale, lift up the belly button, push your hands against the floor and inhale, relax one more time. Exhale, lift up the belly button and inhale, release. Coming to the center, tuck your toes underneath, lift up your knees, and again, lift up your belly button up towards your spine. Now keep engaging this core. Slowly straighten your knees, open your shoulder, coming into downward facing dog, and we're going to repeat. Exhale, coming close with your knee to the floor like you were before, like table pose, but with the knees just a centimeter off the floor. And coming up to downward facing dog, and exhale, coming down, pull the belly in, and one more time, downward facing dog, and coming down, knees just a centimeter off the floor. Just hold there for count to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come back up to downward facing dog. Let's lift up the right leg all the way up. Doesn't really matter whether your hips are open or square. From here, keep your hands really rooted into the ground, pushing the floor away from you. Bring your right knee right in the middle of your chest, bringing your shoulders right on top of your wrist. And inhale, reach up all the way. Your right knee will reach your left armpit. And inhale all the way up, one leg downwards facing dog, and go forward your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, coming up. One last time, your right knee right in the middle. Hold for count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach up all the way. Bend your right knee and open the hips to your right side. Turn your head to your right side underneath your right arm. Just opening the belly and stretching that very muscle where we worked. And step your right foot down. Lift up your left leg up. And let's have the left leg forward, right in the middle. And inhale, going up all the way. Exhale, left knee to your right elbow. Going up all the way. Left knee to your left elbow. And going up all the way. Last one. Left knee right in the middle. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Reach up all the way with your left leg. Bend your left knee. Open the hips to the side. Turn the head to your left. Couple of breaths. Stretching your belly. One more breath. And coming down to downward facing dog. Let's come down on your knee and lie down on your belly. And then we're going to come into Sphinx pose. Coming down on your forearm. have your toes, feet together, toes tucked underneath. Interlock your fingers with your hands. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders and shoulder wide distance. Inhale, just lift up your chest. And exhale, head in, shoulder blades away from each other. Press the elbows against the floor. Tuck the tailbones in, lift up your thigh and your knee. One more breath here. And slowly releasing down. Knees touch the floor and then the thigh. Belly roll up, stretch your toes. Sphinx. 2 more time. Shoulder blades away from each other. Press your elbows against the floor. Your thighs go off the ground. Tuck the toes underneath. Straighten your knees. Bring your knees away from the floor. Hugging the arms into the center. And exhale, coming down, knees on the floor. Roll up, hips, chest, head looking up gently. And one last time again. Shoulder blades away from each other. Press the elbows against the floor. Lift up your thigh. Tuck the toes under. Knees off the ground. I count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And knees on the ground. Thighs, hips, roll up. Palms on the floor. Sphinx. And relax. Now, keep your right elbow where they are and have your right hand about 45 degrees across. And then just simply turn to your right side and we're going to come into side plank on your right elbow. Just a couple of breaths here. Think of lifting up your hips as high as you can. Higher you lift it up, more side of your core will fire up. Let's have the left arm up. Now, you can keep your feet together, or if that is too challenging for you to balance, you can keep your left foot in front for a more stability. All right? Just one more breath. Keep lifting up your hips as high as you can. And then let's come down to forearm plank. And let's do the other side. Turn to your left foot. And again, feet together or any other variation. If you want to challenge yourself or if you want to make it a little bit more accessible, it's completely up to you. Lifting up your hips. A couple more breaths here. And to lift up the hips, you really want to push your foot and your elbow against the floor. Okay. Reach down to the ground. Coming back to forearm plank. Stay there for another count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees on the ground. Come to downward facing dog. Let's do just a short vinyasa to stretch the belly and just move the whole body. Bring this fire into the whole body. Step your right foot forward. Place your back knee on the ground. Stretch the back foot. And reaching your arms all the way up and over. Ooh. And hands on the ground. Go to plank. Coming down all the way, either from plank or from table pose. Mini cobra or upward facing dog. And then downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Left knee on the ground, stretch the back foot, reach your arms up all the way, stretch your belly. And hands on the floor, plank. And one more time from the table pose or from plank pose, coming down all the way. Cobra or upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Take one deep breath here. And step your feet forward all the way to your hands. And we're going to come into chair pose. There's a couple of breaths here. Why chair pose when you're working in the core? Chair pose is an amazing pose to strengthen your leg, but also your back. And it is important that we work with the back of the core when we work with our core. So here we are in chair pose. Let's one more deep breath here. And then from here slowly come down all the way, squatting into sitting, coming into boat pose. Now here is a challenge. From here, have your hands against your leg in the top, not grabbing. And you're going to slide the hands away from the foot as you straighten your knees. Keep your toes pointed and straighten your knees as much as you can, keeping that balance and slowly coming back to boat pose, half boat pose. Let's repeat this 2 more times. Straighten your knees, bring your upper body down, close to the ground, oh, a little shaking, and then coming back up. 1 more time. So this is, we are working with the core, but also a sense of balance. Ooh. Straighten your knees, lower your body down. Oh, I may have lost it. Do whatever you can to come back to half boat pose. All right, and let's place the feet on the ground and come up to chair pose. Once again, just to fire up the back, straighten the back, couple of breaths. And we're gonna go back down again. And slowly coming down all the way. Let's meet in half boat pose again. This time, as we open our front of the body, I want you to bend your left knee and reach your right elbow to your left knee. Just hold there for a couple of breaths. Try to lift up both shoulder blades away from the floor. And then the other side, your left knee with your left elbow, both shoulder blades as far away from the floor as possible. And coming back, swing up, back to boat pose. And place your feet on the ground, and 1 more time, chair. Beautiful. Let's finish up with a twist to give a little jiggle jiggle in your belly. Keep your feet together, hands in a prayer position, right elbow to the outside of your left knee. As you press your elbow against the leg, let the leg push back, opening the chest to the side, breathing from your abdomen, and think of emptying your abdomen as you exhale. Back to the center. Open up the chest and the shoulder. Continue to the other side. Left elbow to the outside of your left knee. Press against the leg and let the leg press back. Align the elbows in the same line. It might be helpful if you keep your gaze down for the balance, but eventually, if it's possible, look up to finish the twist with your head. And again, give your attention to your belly, breathing from your abdomen. And coming back to the center, opening it up. And come down again on the floor as gracefully as you can. And I'm going to ask you to lie down on the floor to finish with butterfly pose in lying down position. So soles of the feet together, knees to the outside, have your hands around the hips or the belly, and a couple of breaths here. Thank you everyone for joining me today. A question I want to leave you to contemplate to finish this session is, what is your real reason for wanting a strong core? For me, getting this right is important because core is seriously important in so many aspects. but it needs to be aligned with your own reason and not someone else's. All right. Comment below. If you like this video, give a thumb up and subscribe to my channel for weekly yoga practice. I wish you an incredible day and see you next week. Keep shine on.